Hi, guys.
Hey, Jesse, how you doing tonight?
Good. Whew. Thought my headphones weren't working there for a second.
Now you're loud and clear. You're crystal clear.
Good. Hey, do I sound as grainy on here as I do on my streams?
It's really good. It's high quality.
Okay. Sorry to throw a complicated plan at you.
No, I like it. I studied it. I've watched like 4 streams. I feel like I know this climb. The only pool I don't like is Mark's pool up the climb, and then you blob up. He's got a 30-second effort, and then he's got to catch onto the blob onto this deeper section. So that's the only thing I'm nervous about. But
What do you
think? He
think?
should be fine because you're climbing at 5'1" to 5'5". He's capable of that. That's not a problem.
Okay. Maybe what we'll do is, can you insert like a 15-second chill in there and just keep an eye on Mark and let him catch on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good point. I didn't think of that.
Otherwise, I got it up on my screen. I got maps, kilometers. We're good.
I took that from, I watched Beast Mode stream from 2023 when they did this time trial, and it was like they were the fastest team in the world. So I basically took their strategy and tweaked it.
Solid.
How are the races today for you?
I did 0.
You did 0.
You're proud of me. 0.
No 3:30 in the morning race?
No, I skipped the 3:30 and then I had 6 already for Euphoria. So I took 2 full days off, and then I'm going to bury myself for the next 10.
Holy cow! Okay, all right.
Periodized training, yeah.
I was 50-50 to get on the bike last night, and I really didn't want to. I was tired from the weekend, and the only reason I thought about it is it's a new bike on the trainer tonight, a new old bike. So I rode it for 6 minutes before I went to bed. So that's what we did today.
There you go. Gang's out here. Let me see. Are you guys in the pen?
I'm not there yet. Give me.
Okay,
I'll
that's
go
fine.
right now.
I found Lopez. Take your time. You got 4 rows in front of you.
How's everybody doing?
Everybody, pretty good, I think.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
Hey guys.
Hey.
Key, right? We got ours is 3 minutes. It's not this one on the actual school.
3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Yeah. So Turbo taking the gun off OMG, and then you guys take off third. So you'll be able to see from the time splits. They get a little wacky up and down the hills, but on the flats you can gauge where you are versus them.
I just gotta pee, that's all.
Okay.
Probably have time for that. I'm excited to test out this level 5. Last like a few minutes from leveling up, so I'm still at like level 2 or 3.
So
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough.
I apologize. Not there.
Wait, you were at 3 though. You were at 3, I think, right?
I think I can't remember if it was 2 or 3.
Well, let's just assume you're at 3, and then you'll feel better to know that level 4 really isn't that much better than level 3.
Yeah, exactly.
So Ben made a good point. The climb plan might kill Mark, so he's going to insert like a 15-second chill in between our rotation and when we blob up, just so Mark can get settled before we start kind of pushing the pace again on the steep part at the top.
Okay.
And it looks like on this climb there's a good half a watt a kilogram. I mean, it's not a ton, but there's 50 watts of draft if you can just kind of hang on. So be conscious where you blob or how you order it up.
Yeah, we certainly don't want to drop anyone on this climb here.
Ben, what would you say speed-wise? Like 25k an hour is something, like once it gets steady, 25k an hour is about right for speed?
No, it's faster than that.
Faster? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, 50 seconds.
I'm glad we didn't need that reminder, eh?
I should probably know that. Oh no, Dan's first, right? Okay.
Yeah, Dan's first, then Jesse, Scott, Tony, Mike, Mark. It's going to be distance
guys.
spaced for the first hill.
Yeah.
So Dan, you're getting us off.
Have fun and remember, a meter further off the wheel is better than a meter closer to the wheel.
Indeed. Which one's Dan?
Dan's got no
Sockless,
socks and blue shoes.
sockless avatar. Nice.
All right, Dan, we're going to go till about 0.4 through a couple of these blue flags here. And as it pitches up, once you see that orange mark on the HUD, that's where Jesse's going to push through.
Coming through. Jesse's coming.
All right, Jesse's on through this orange section. Once we get to the orange section, Scott's going to lead the flats and use his raw watts to take us all the way to that next orange section. All right, Scott's up. Scott, this will be about 45 seconds. It'll take you to 1.2. Once it gets to that next orange section, Tony's going to be on pushing through.
Job, guys.
Looking... Great line, great line. Use the draft. All right, Tony, you're going to be coming up through and you're going to take it all the way to the end of that blue line there. Tony on to that blue line.
Once we get over the top, head on to the flats.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll talk
to the blue and the HUD. Okay. Mark is up on the Mike. Mike is up for that orange section coming up after the blue. All right, carrying your speed. Mike, you're going to push through and carry us through that orange section to about 2.0. Mark, you're on deck.
Little gap 3 to 4.
Little gap there, guys. They're bringing it together. So, Mark, you're going to take over for this little yellow section. As we're bringing it together, you don't need to go maybe instead of 360 instead of your 380. And then once we get to the orange section, that's going to blob it up. All right, it's on the map. The finish is on the map here of this hill. That's 90 seconds to the top. Work it as a unit. If you're feeling good, push to the front at 5.5. Otherwise, you should be able to hang on around 5.1, 5.2 in the back here.
Focus on keeping that line to OMG at 7 to 8 seconds.
There's still draft here, Mark. Keep it up. Great tempo, Jesse. Tony, as we get up to the top and take the left-hand turn, we're going to use you to pick up the speed and get everyone going down the hill. Be ready for it, Mark. You're going to have to give a little bit of a dig here at the top in order to make sure you latch on. Then you're going to get some rest coming down the hill. There we go. All right, who's ever on the front, it's not a soft pedal. It's keep it going. As your draft meter gets big and you can move through. Otherwise, make sure you get some water, get your breath back. Awesome start, guys. Everyone's rocking and rolling. We'll collect at the bottom, rotate back into Dan. But the bottom is 5.9. So we got some time.
That's it, guys.
That's perfect. Yep. When you got the speed, come through, hit 5 seconds worth of watts, and someone else will get the draft and punch right through you. That's all you need. 2 more kilometers on down.
I can't come through, Scott.
He's heavy.
He's got gravitas.
There you go.
Let's go, boys.
There you go.
Who's leading us out of here?
Dan's leading us out of here.
Who?
Dan is.
Yeah, at 5.9, Dan Pan's taking over. So half a kilometer. Dan, you're going to shoot through into your first 30-second rotation. Dan, Jesse, Scott, Tony, Mike, Mark is the order. We're going to keep that to the aqueduct. So around this bend, Dan, that's when you're going to take over here.
Timing it up.
All right, Dan should be on.
Yeah. Okay.
Dan, I'm for 10.
I'm going to move into third spot here.
Dan, I'm for 5. Jesse coming on. Jesse on for 30 seconds. Got on deck. Scott on in 10. Scott on in 5. Scott on for 30 seconds. Tony on deck. Tony on in 10. Tony on in 5. Tony on for a minute.
Sorry, Dan.
Oh, that's my bad.
Mike is on deck. Mike on in 10. Mike on in 5.
Hey!
Mike on. Got some level up. Mark on deck.
Awesome pull. That was 49.50, like clockwork.
Keep it steady. No, nothing too aggressive up this first.
Tony.
Mark off in 10. Dan is on deck. Dan on in 3, 2, 1. Dan on.
Mark's on.
Mark's on.
Oh, sorry. I got that wrong. Mark on. Perfect. Dan and Jesse are going to take the aqueduct here. Dan on in 10. Dan on in 5.
Let's roll through.
Dan on. Jesse on deck.
We're both going at the same time. Bigger blob.
Jesse. Perfect. Scott, you're going to push through at the top here and use your raw watts to get the pace moving. Tony, you're going to take us down the hill on the other side for another 1-minute pull.
Tony needs to go 45. Copy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Copy. All right, Scott, get us moving. All right, Tony, get ready to pull through. Tony on for 45. Mike, you're on deck. All right, boys, this is where the work starts. Doing great. Mike on in 10. Mike on in 5. Mike on.
Go through.
Mark on deck. Guys, give it a little space if you need to get your draft. String it on out.
I'm slotted behind Mark.
Mark on in 10. Mark on in 5. Mark on. Dan on deck. Dan on in 10. Dan on in 5. Dan on. Jesse's on deck. Jesse in 10. Jesse in 5. Jesse on. Scott on deck. Scott in 10. Scott in 5. Scott on. Tony on deck. Tony in 10. Tony in 5. 3, 2, 1. Tony on for 45. 16:45.
Great work, guys. Great work.
Mike is on deck. Mike on in 10. Mike on in 5. Mike on. Mark on deck. Mark on in 10. Mark on in 5. Mark on. Top of the order, Dan on deck. Dan on in 10.
Good work, guys.
Dan on in 5. Dan on. Jesse on deck. Jesse in 10.
Okay, let me slide behind Jesse.
Jesse in 5. Jesse on. Scott on deck. Scott in 10. Scott in 5. Scott on. Tony on deck. Tony in 10. Tony in 5. Tony on. 45 seconds till 20 flat. Mike, you're on deck.
Coming through you, Scott.
Yep, just carry some speed through these rollers. Be efficient. Mike on in 10. Mike on in 5. Mike on. Mark on deck. Mark on in 10. Mark on in 5. Mark on. Dan on deck.
Good work, guys.
Dan on in 10. Dan on in 5. Dan on. Jesse on deck.
There you go. 49.
Jesse in 10. Jesse in 5. Jesse on. Scott on deck.
Break.
No, needed that. My gear skipped.
Scott on in 10.
Yeah.
Scott on in 5. Scott on. Tony on deck. Tony in 10. Tony in 5. Tony on. 45 seconds till 23:15. Mike on deck.
Dan, I'll close this. String it out a bit.
Slow down.
You got me, Dan?
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys on? Yeah, I see you.
Give me 2 more seconds. Okay, we're on.
All right, let's switch it up to Mike. Mike, you're on.
Thanks, Scott.
Mark on in 10. Mark on in 5. Mark on. Scott, do you need to skip a turn?
No.
Okay. Dan's up. Dan's on deck. Dan on in 10. Dan on in 5. Dan on. Jesse on deck. Jesse in 10. Jesse in 5. Jesse on. Got on deck. Got on in 10. Scott on in 5. Scott on. Tony on deck.
Oh.
You got 3K of flat left. Who needs to skip?
Dan needs to skip.
5.
Okay.
Tony on. Tony's going till 26:30. Mike is on deck.
Dan, just
Mike on in
roll.
10.
Sorry.
Mike on in 5. Mark on in 10. Mark on in 5. Mark on. Jesse, you're on deck. And you can slot back if you want. Jesse's up.
Oh, good.
Jesse in 10. Jesse in 5. Jesse on. Scott on deck.
Tony down to 30.
Got it. Copy.
Tony 30, got it.
Scott in 10. Approaching the climb, fellas. Scott in 5. Scott on. Got a little bit of a gap here with 2.
I'll fill it. All right. Who's suicide pulling the first steep? All right. My pull then, Ben.
Tony. All right, Tony, you're on. Don't smash it yet. We're just got 2 reattaching. All right, you're clear. Everyone's on.
I'll suicide this Steve.
Okay.
Dan.
Hey, Dan.
Dan. The first section, suicide option 3.
Yeah. 23.4, Dan's pulling.
All right. All right, Scott, let's trade you up. Tony, you should be on.
Tony, call when you're off.
Tony's off.
Okay.
All right, Mike is on, and then Dan, you can pull through. Your section here is coming up. Try to get us through that orange bit at 6:0.
Five minutes to go, guys. 5 minutes. 4.5. I got the flat, Ben. Scott's on the back.
All right. Sounds good.
Hey, on, Jesse.
Everybody get some draft. Jesse's charging on. He's going to need some relief here as soon as we get to that next orange section.
I got a gap. Anyways. Yeah.
All right, they're back in your draft, Jesse.
Okay, I'm going to keep going.
Okay.
Scott's gone.
All right, 4 of you
Oh,
guys
gotta make it.
together. We've got a great time going. Tony's on the front. Let's just bang out your 30 seconds and rotate through. There's plenty of draft here. Tony, take us to 32 flat. Michael, you be on deck. Everyone else just got to stay connected. All right, Michael, you're up. Let's keep it right around 5s.
Looking good, guys.
Yeah,
Perfect.
you guys are great.
Thank
Keep
you,
it up.
Jesse, for this. Everybody just grab some draft. Tony, if you're able to rotate through a little for the next section, could use you around 33 flat. Ends on the map, fellas. Let's Tony, if you could just kind of give a little push from the back to the front.
600 meters.
Here you go, everybody up. Nothing crazy, just mid fives will get us right to the finish line with an awesome time. It's just a block, grab the draft if you need it, if you can push, push.
Gypsy.
Go, guys.
Come on, Mark. Come on, Tony. Come
Almost
on,
there.
Mark.
Come on, guys.
Tony. Finish is right there. Come on, Tony.
Let's go, Mark. Push it. Just around the corner.
Spin it. You got less than 15 seconds, and then that's it. Come on, guys. Great time going.
You got this.
Come on, boys.
Big Mark, you got it, buddy. Come on, Mark.
Go, go, go.
Up.
Nice
All
work.
right. That's it.
Well done, guys. Well done. Impressive.
I'll take that. 34, 48 or something, 34.50.
Yeah, right around there.
Yeah.
I am cooked. Oh,
Yeah. Oh, 22. Oh. Oh. Thanks, Ben.
Thank you,
Yes,
Ben.
I'm gonna go, but absolutely, it was a pleasure, man. You guys
Oh,
crushed it.
yeah. Thank you.
That was a struggle. You guys really
The
unlocked
last
it.
climb was really tough.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
Fantastic.
couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. Yeah,
I'll look
thanks.
forward to your notes. Catch you later.
Yeah.
Thanks,
bye,
guys.
Ben. Thanks, buddy.
They're back.